you will never maximize your potential in any area without a coach. Not saying that because I'm a coach, I'm saying that from experience. I've been a martial artist from the age of 12. Yeah, and when I'm training by myself, my biggest concern is learning in the wrong way. Meaning, if I'm learning a task, a skill, or learning something new wrong, that's time, and time equals money. And this is usually life without a coach. Yeah, how many of you can relate? Yeah, if you have played sports, if you have tried learning something new, yeah, it gets to a point where we get stuck, frustrated, don't know where to go next. And this is usually life with a coach. Yeah, guided, rewarded, upgraded, level up. Okay, and I just want you to imagine, just imagine with me for a while. Imagine who you'd be today if you had someone keeping you accountable to your potential over the last 10 years. Well, what would your life be like? Someone who showed up for you every week to make sure that your lines were dotted and crossed the way it should. Making sure that the way you turn the bolt was 360-degree. Making sure that you're showing up in your fullest, most amazing self. What if you had that person in your corner in the last 10 years? What would your life be like? And I love this quote. I can't remember who I heard it from, but the author said that the best time to start was 20 years ago. The next best time is now. Okay? And isn't it time for you to live the life you've always dreamed? Yeah? If not now, then when? Because we know that we got to have faith and trust the process. And as I've keep on telling my clients or my communities that, the opposite of uncertainty is not certainty, it's creativity. So we got to be able to remember to trust the process. And some of the most successful people, they make fast decisions, then they make them right as time goes along. Progress over perfection. What are you waiting for? For it to be perfect, it will never be perfect. Create your first draft, and when you finish the first draft, you edit and upgrade it. Okay, that's the same approach I want you to take with your idea.
Hi there, Adrian here, and this is a video from a Zoom session that we do. We do these Zoom sessions every Sunday, and we take questions and answers from the audience, some of our students, some of our members. We never know what questions are coming up, so I'm always excited to do these sessions, and I hope to see you at one of them. Make sure you hit the subscribe button below and check out the other playlists that we have. Thank you, enjoy.
Okay, for today's sessions, I'm gonna also make sure that you have some sort of paper and some sort of pen to write on, because we're gonna put some of that to work as well. So just get that ready. Okay, take a deep breath. Exhale. That one was for me. Okay, that one was for me, but I give that to you as well. Okay, so in today's session, I'm gonna talk to you about how to find your passion. And I'm not just gonna talk to you about it, I'm gonna help you find your passion tonight. And to just add a little twist to things, not only are you gonna find your passion, but also how can you take your passion and turn it into profit? And let me just share a bit about myself. My name is Deano Delpleash, and I'm a high performance coach. This handsome young man right here is the same young man you're seeing on the camera. And I love to help leaders, level up. I love to help leaders shift into their highest gear of performance. And that is more or less part of my passion. Yeah. And this beautiful lady right here is my girlfriend, soon to be wife. So I just gonna make sure I show that off one time, because I know I can be quite amazing. I'm from a very beautiful island called St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And today is my official invitation to you when we can travel again to the island of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And there's something that you should know about me. I love to read. I love to learn. I love books. If I go through a day and I'm not reading something or listening to a podcast of some sort, something would feel missing from my life. Let me see, how many of you also love to read? I see William, passionate about being passionate always. I love that one, William, represented. How many of you love to read? Are there any books here that you have read before? One of my favorite is The 4 Hour Work Week. That is one of the books that okay, Darko as well, love to read. It's wonderful. We have a lot of readers in the room. Okay, You're in The Secret. Yeah, that's another amazing book as well. Love listening to books.
The
I
Power of
should read
Now.
more. The Power of Now from Korean and The Alchemist. That's also another one of my favorite books. And I'm happy that we have readers in the room as well, because I also love to surround myself with ambitious people and smart, ambitious people, because that tends to spark the ambition in me as well. But there's a truth that we need to know. True learning doesn't happen in the collection of information, but in the execution of it. A few days ago, I was having a conversation with my beautiful girlfriend. She's here in the room tonight, that's all. And I said to her, do you know the difference between people who's already doing the things that they love and people who's not? The difference is action. Okay, so, true learning doesn't happen in the collection of information, but in the execution of it. Okay, and there's no sense in accumulate all this wonderful knowledge, but we're not putting them to the test. And that's what I want from you. Action take, awesome, Karina. And let's keep this party going. Now, there's another amazing quote that I love from Sir Maslow. And he said that to being truly happy, we need to align our thinking with what we're saying and what we're doing. And that's what he termed to be true self-actualization. There's one thing to take action, but it's another thing to make sure that we are being, the person who we are destined to be. And that comes through aligning what you're saying with what you're doing, with what you're thinking. And also, just to put things into context with the topic for tonight, is passion is the genesis of genius. And genesis is just a fancy word for the beginning. Yeah. So passion is the genesis of your genius. And I'm just quoting one of the greats, Tony Robbins. Now, tonight, I'll be basing my presentation around the concept of ikigai. Now, this is a term that was popularized, that came from the Japanese, that more or less means your purpose in life, or some say your reason for being. And just to make things a bit more clear, these are some words that you would see also associated with, the term ikigai. You see joy, self-actualization, fulfillment, direction, and satisfaction. Okay, so if there's something in your life that you do that brings you joy, that you're satisfied, your passion, it gives you an idea of what your passion may be. What are some of the things that you can maybe be passionate about? Okay, so these are just some words, some synonyms for you to take a look into, so that it would give you an idea of where you need to put your attention. Now for this session, okay, as I said, we had a little icebreaker, just checking in with you on how you're feeling in the moment. I'm a bit excited, calm, and I'm present. And we speak a bit about ikigai. For this session, make sure you have papers. Okay, you have pen and pencil. And if you do have a dice, it would be really great. An 8-sided dice would be wonderful, because you would be using it. And this is going to include an element of chance, or should I say an element of fun. Okay, so for those of you who do not have a physical dice in your home, you can use this digital dice. If you do, it would be fun to have a physical dice to use. You know, when I growing up as a kid, I played a lot of board games with my brothers and my mom. So we use dice a lot. But today in our time, a lot of board game playing is not so common amongst us. So there's a digital dice for you as well. So paper, pen, pencil, and a dice. Once you have those, you're ready to go and you're ready to find out what your passion is. I mean, what your passions are, plural. Now, there are three things that we need to take into consideration when finding what our passion is. That is what we love, what we're good at, and what the world needs. Yeah. And when I say what you love, I mean things that feels like play for you. So as I'm sharing these definitions, I want you to start thinking about some of the things that you love personally. Yeah. Things that you do in your spare time when no one else is watching. Better yet, if money wasn't a concern, what would you do? Start taking some note on the paper that you have in front of you. Yeah, because in a moment, I'm going to be asking you what these things are. Yeah. And what would you pay to do? Yeah. One of the things that I would literally pay to do is obstacle courses. You know, I love stuff like the Spartan race. I love running, jumping, rolling, getting a bit dirty. I'll pay to do things like this. So I'm a bit of an adventure when it comes to, you know, my activities. So these are things that I'll pay to do. I'll pay to play video games. Yeah, I love video games, especially, you know, RPG games where I'm role playing and become a different fantasy character. Okay, what are some of the things that you would pay to do? What are things that you're obsessed about? What you dream about? Okay, so I want to include tangible things, digital activities, plays, apps, etc. It doesn't matter. Put those down. So what I want to do at this point, I just want to check in with everybody. Okay, and see what are some of the things that you love. Write them on the paper in front of you, and let's keep going. Now, the second thing was things that you're good at. Okay, and when I say what you're good at, this is what you get paid to do. Okay, someone trusts you enough to give you money to do this particular thing, and you excel at it naturally. A thing that I excelled at naturally as a kid growing up was sports. I was always active. I'm climbing trees, running, jumping. So martial art was something that when I got into it, it became a bit more easy for me. Okay. Study. What did you study at school? You know, I started out my career as an engineer and then I became an entrepreneur in my master's degree. So I love to create things. I love to write. I love to, you know, I'm good at, I wouldn't say I'm good at writing, but I'm getting there. Yeah, I'm great at telling stories. I'm great at, you know, finding out how to get someone across a hurdle. Yeah, I'm really good at motivating my friends, my colleagues, or even my team. Yeah, I'm a great leader. I believe I am a great leader. So what about you? What are some of the things that you're good at? Things that you've practiced for an extended period of time. Yeah. And this is really another important one. Often others will remark you have an ease of doing these things. What are some of those things? Write them down. Yeah, write them down. Now, this next one is usually the most challenging one. So at this time, you know, we have the creative part of your mind flowing. You've been thinking, ideas start coming up. You start thinking about when you were a kid. Maybe you thought about yesterday, and things has been coming up. So I want you to continue with this flow and momentum and let the juice flow. Okay. Now, the next important part is, what do the world need? Okay. And when you think about this question, I want you not to only think about it on a big scale, but also think about it on a small scale. Yeah. Think about, what do your neighborhood need? Yeah. What about your family? What do your family need right now? Yeah. Right now, there's a lot of people in lockdown. What do they need? Yeah. Okay. So when we're thinking about what the world needs, what are opportunities to serve others as well? What is trending? And when I say what is trending, I don't mean what is trendy. Okay, trending are things that, they would always be here. They would always be coming back. Like, for example, collectibles are trending. Yeah, people, they would always find people who's collecting things. There's always be something that would be a collectible in somebody's life with a big group of people, like. Okay, and some examples, sustainability is becoming a big thing as well in the world that we're living. Education, healthcare, social justice, conversation. Yeah. Maybe cuddling, the world need more cuddlers. Yeah. So what are some of the things that the world need? Yeah. For me, I think the world need more coaches. I shouldn't say more coaches. I think the world need more extraordinary coaches. Yeah. I also think the world need better trained parents. Yeah. I think parenting is something that should be taught, not just, learn as you go along. Yeah. Okay, so as you're thinking about that, the world need more awakened leaders. Second that, yeah. The world need more care and more help. And also one thing that I'll advise you to do, sometimes we can get in the habit of said the world need less of something negative. Whenever you have that, so for example, I saw no war, what's the positive to that? Yeah, so try and phrase what the world need in a positive affirmative. So if you say, oh, the world need less sugar, think about, okay, if it's less sugar, what's on the positive side of sugar? There could be more vegetarian diets or more ideas of diets that is specific to a certain set of people. Okay. The world need more authentic conversations, powerful one, and relationships, support and listening, physical activities, sports. These are great one. Yeah, golden seed, the dignity of human being. And he says, being, not human doing. Powerful, powerful. Rising global minded awareness, being cared of elders, no politicians, no government. I see John is on the roll. Okay. What, as I said, if not politician, then what do the world need? If not a government, what do the world need? Because my thing is, wherever there's a problem, there is an opportunity. Okay. And the more we dig deeper into what the needs are, we can uncover what these opportunities are. Yeah, it's not just enough to have the idea, but we need support to make that idea into a reality. We need that additional layer of accountability. Okay, so as you have been gathering all this data, which is the first part of the process, gathering the data, yeah, what do you love, what you're good at, what the world need. I want you to create a little, few columns on your sheet, and I want you to just list these things out. Yeah, you'll have one list of the things that you love, another list of what you're good at, and another list of what the world needs. So I'm going to give you this time to go ahead and start listing. Okay, so at this point, you should have a great list of what you love, what you're good at, and what the world needs. Now, we spoke about this element of chance. Okay, so I know on your paper, you have a list of the things that you love, a list of the things that you're good at, and a list of the things that the world needs. What you're gonna do with the dice, okay, starting with what you love. You're gonna, if you have 6 things on the paper, I place a digital dice, so you can decide how many sides the dice have, and you can send it for a roll, okay? So say, for example, you have 6 things on your paper. Let me see if anyone can see my dice. So the dice is here. You're gonna let the dice roll, and whatever number it lands on, you're gonna take that particular thing and you're gonna put it inside this first bracket. So if I roll my dice, I got 1 and then I got 6. I'm gonna look at the first thing that I wrote. So for example, I love taekwondo or outdoor sports. you put that in the bracket. Yeah, if the other dice rolled on 3, you look at what you wrote third and you put that in the docket. Okay. Let's create that element of chance. Don't think about it too much. Don't get too logical. Let the creative part of the mind flow and add that element of chance into this practice, because that's how life is. We don't know for certain what's going to happen tomorrow, and that's what makes it fun.
Sorry, I have a question. So if
Go ahead, Yuan.
you have a list for more than 6 items, and the ones from 6 or 8 or 9 will never be picked up, right?
So what you'll do, I post the digital dice. You can decide how many sides you want your dice to have. So for example, I can put 10. Okay. So go to the link.
Okay.
And then if you have 10 items, you put 10 and then you roll 10. Okay, and it will pick a random number between 0 and 10, 1 and 10 for you, and then you can decide. Great question, Yuan. I love that. So this is our digital dice.
Huh?
Okay, so if you have 10 things, you want to put 10 sides, okay? Maybe we can start with 1 dice, and we take a roll. Then we stop, it lands on 8, so we find that particular thing that we wrote at number 8 that we're good at, and we put it in the column. And we do the same for what you love and what the world needs. Okay. So once you're finished, you should have 3 items that you have written. What you love, you should have 3 items. What you're good at, and you have 3 items, random items that the world needs. Okay, how are we doing? Let me check in how are we doing. Can someone share what they have so far? What are your 3 random items?
I have like the first column is meditation, interacting with people and community. There's like a meditation, what I love, good at is interacting with people, and what world needs a community. And then the second column is travel, talking to people, and health and mental care.
Wonderful.
So maybe like, okay, traveling and talking to people, and then and then
those were random, right? Those were random.
Yeah, it's random.
Awesome.
Very
awesome.
random.
Okay.
Third one is yoga, community, and leader.
Awesome. Wonderful. Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else? What did you came up with? I want to hear what your magical chance of randomness gives to you. How are you? How is it going on your side, Karina?
It's going good. It's going good. I got help people. Creating and take care of elders.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Very random.
Yeah, I like that. And the more random it is, the much better it is. Okay, because that means the crazier your brain can get with creating, that thing that we are gonna be embarking on. Okay. Okay, so now we know what we're doing. Okay, let's go to the next step. Okay, so right now you should have had 3 different things that you love, that you're good at, and that the world needs. But what we like to do, let's just pick one of those columns and let's focus on, what you love and what you're good at. For now, what the world needs, we can just put cover it a bit, take your brain off of that. Okay, we are gonna do a bit of ideation. Okay, and what I'm gonna do for this process, I'm gonna put you in breakout rooms, and you're gonna think about a tangible product that you can create, using what you love and what you're good at. And when I say a tangible product, I'll explain that soon. It could be something physical, a book, a phone, something like a perfume, jewelry, whatever it is, something tangible that you can touch. And you're gonna think about a digital product or some sort of service that you can offer. Okay, so let me elaborate. Okay, so physical products are things that have utility. They can be novelty as well as something that can be printed. As I said, a book, so something that you can manufacture. Could be fashion, accessory, could be a shoes, it could be something, some sort of, how to say, something that you can use in your home, whatever that is. Okay, so that's the idea for tangible product. And a digital product can be an app, website, a game, some form of asset. It could be an NFT. It could be, it could be an ebook. It could be presets. Yeah, it could be scripts. Yeah, it could be some sort of stock. Or it could be some sort of service, something that you're hired to do, helping other people problems or solving a problem. Okay, so in this ideation phase, you're gonna take the first column of what you love and what you're good at, and you're gonna think about a tangible product that you can create, a digital product, and a service that you can create using these two segments. Okay.
Should be either, or should we put everything three? Should we
Yes, all three. Yeah, you're gonna think
all
about
three?
three
Yeah.
different products that you can create. One is a tangible product, one would be a digital product, and one should be some form of service that you can create. Okay. And I'll be placing you in the breakout room so that you can discuss and brainstorm with another human being. So that way the creativity can flow. And do not limit yourself of what you can create, because I did this exercise with a group but sometime back, and I came up with an amazing idea because I love anime and I love personal development. I love to help other persons, level up and become a better version of themselves. And I came up with this amazing idea to create a manga that actually teach people the basic principles of shifting gear into high performance, which is truly amazing because I love reading manga. And I remember when I was in university, I was struggling with physics. And I know, okay, how can I make this fun? And something in my brain told me, are there any mangas that teaches physics? And I went to Google and I typed manga for physics, and lo and behold, there was a manga that taught physics. And I enjoyed reading that manga because one, I enjoy reading manga for how many years, and two, it was teaching me something novel. So that's just to show the power of your creative brain. What are some of the possible tangible items we can create using our skills, what we're good at, and combining, what we love. You would come up with three ideas using one of the columns. Yeah. You had a column where you have what you love, what you're good at, and you come up with an idea for tangible product that you can create.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Then you'll come up with a service that you can also create based on what you're good at and what you love. And then you'll come up with the idea for digital product that you can create using what you're good at and also what you love. Okay. Do not limit any possibilities. Okay. You just imagine that I'm your investor and I have $1 million in my account just waiting to send to you so that you can make this idea a reality. Do not limit what possibility or what idea you have. You have all the resources and the abundance waiting for you to make this a reality. Okay, so now for the fun part. Okay, this is what I think is the most fun part. If you guys thought that was fun, you guys didn't see anything yet. Okay, so what we have done so far is more or less we have took what we love, what we're good at, we brought them together, we came up with ideas. Yeah. So tangible products, I heard some individuals spoke about, they'll create a book. Yeah. I heard some individuals spoke about they'll create a website where they have courses and different learning materials. I heard individuals talk about creating a t-shirts and a lot of different amazing things. I heard service in terms of organizing events, coaching, yeah, and teaching, organizing seminars, and these are wonderful. And you should start thinking about how you can make these moving parts fill into reality. And who are you going to bring in to these things as well? Which brings us to the next part of this exercise. Yeah, what the world needs. And one of the best way to really figure out what the world needs is to ask the world what they need. Okay, so you see the blue area, what the world needs, and you say I have a 10-day vlog challenge. Okay, and the idea is to find this golden opportunity triangle by taking your idea, and over the period of 10 days, I want you to just share it with the world. If you dare. Okay, and I know that you are action taker because I know some of you, post action taker inside of the chat. Yeah, and this is where we're doing market research because you're really testing your hypothesis. Is this something the world need? Yeah, we have Instagram, WeChat, Facebook, YouTube. Go on YouTube, 10 days, phone in front of your face, hit play, go. I remembered when I wanted to turn my passion into a business. One of the first thing that I know I needed was someone who have already done it before. And that's when I got my first coach. I had the privilege of working with a very amazing coach, Vince Del Monte. And I can remember one of the first things that I did was something of a sort. And the idea was not to get clicks or to get like. The idea was to get feedback. And every day I went to Facebook and I went live. I was just talking about my passion for fitness. And it wasn't it wasn't necessarily about fitness. I started realizing that it wasn't fitness that I loved so much. I loved helping leaders level up. I love helping leaders to become their highest performing self because I realized by nature I was a high performer. I was in a physical shape of the specimen of being a high performer. I love learning. I consume things quickly. Yeah, I was an engineer who did his master's in management, which is a big flip on the head. And I realized I had that type of resilience to making stuff like that happen. And I wanted to share that with the world. I want to teach people. And at the end of this journey, I found life coaching and I became a high performance coach through this one act of engaging with the world. When I engage with my clients, they realize that I was really good at this part of my business as well. So I want to challenge you to take this 10-day vlog challenge. And let me see in the chat who would dare to shop and play. The idea that you just came up with, you want to pick one of them, or you can pick 3 of them. And over the next 10 days, you're going to take your smartphone out, okay? And you're going to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. And you're going to share it with the world. Yeah, Nan spoke about courage. Also, he realized that the world needs a bit more courage. And I know this is a courageous act for some of you. Okay, but that's the challenge I'm bringing to you today. Okay, because if we are going to find out what the world needs, we need to ask the world if they actually do need it. Yeah. I'm afraid, but I'm an action taker. I love that. Dassel and Karina. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. And one the first thing I've learned when I entered my first startup competition, or should I say startup accelerator, is that your idea doesn't worth anything unless there are people who's willing to pay for that solution or idea.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's take it to the world. And another golden truth is you will never maximize your potential in any area without a coach. Not saying that because I'm a coach, I'm saying that from experience. I've been a martial artist from the age of 12. Yeah, and when I'm training by myself, my biggest concern is learning in the wrong way. Meaning, if I'm learning a task, a skill, or learning something new wrong, that's time, and time equals money. And this is usually life without a coach. Yeah, how many of you can relate? Yeah, if you have played sports, if you have tried learning something new, yeah, it gets to a point where we get stuck, frustrated, don't know where to go next. And this is usually life with a coach. Yeah. Guided, rewarded, upgraded, level up. Okay, and I just want you to imagine, just imagine with me for a while. Imagine who you'd be today if you had someone keeping you accountable to your potential over the last 10 years. Well, what would your life be like? Someone who showed up for you every week to make sure that your lines were dotted and crossed the way it should. Making sure that the way you turn the bolt was 360 degree. Making sure that you're showing up in your fullest, most amazing self. What if you had that person in your corner in the last 10 years? What would your life be like? And I love this quote. I can't remember who I heard it from, but the author said that the best time to start was 20 years ago. The next best time is now. Okay? And isn't it time for you to live the life you've always dreamed? Yeah? If not now, then when? Because we know that we got to have faith and trust the process. And as I've keep on telling my clients or my communities that, the opposite of uncertainty is not certainty, it's creativity. So we got to be able to remember to trust the process. And some of the most successful people, they make fast decisions, then they make them right as time goes along. Progress over perfection. What are you waiting for? For it to be perfect? It will never be perfect. Create your first draft. And when you finish the first draft, you edit and upgrade it. Okay, that's the same approach I want you to take with your idea. Yeah, and as we all are, I am a work in progress. And that's why I emphasize progress over perfection. Okay, for we to really take our game to the next level, it's about time we stop doing things alone. I know that each and every one of you have dreams, have goals that you want to share with the world. And you have been doing it alone for a very long time, just as I have. Yeah. And I came to the early realization that doing it alone is child's play. Yeah. And you don't have to work with me as your coach, but I do implore you to find your tribe. I do implore you to find your Alfred, Alfred from Batman. Yeah. I do implore you to find who's the guy King Arthur has. I can't remember his name, but if you're familiar with the King Arthur, find your coach, find your tribe, and make these ideas that you have a reality. Because the world need leaders today more than we ever before. As Dassel said, we need more conscious leaders. And as conscious leaders, who's better to create them than us? Yeah. I really want to thank each and every one of you for showing up today. Yeah, not for me, but showing up for yourself. Yeah, putting aside this time to shop for yourself, to engage in this learning. Because you may have just received something so powerful that you're going to take action on it and it's going to change the world, your world. And it's going to change your family's world. It's going to change your community's world. And I want to thank you for that. Yeah.
Boom! You made it here! Good on you. Make sure you click the subscribe button below and check out the playlist at the end. If you'd like to come along to our Sunday sessions where we host a live, free Q&A for our students and members, you're welcome. I'll see you there.